Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We got new Performapal support, and I guess there's new Kuriboh support. I'm not sure what it does yet, but on top of that, we got new information on the new Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh game. This is from the Nintendo Switch Dawn of the Battle Royale. Its name, I guess, is going to be changing for the US version of the game. Now, let's go ahead and kick it off with the newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then we'll get into the other Nintendo Switch game in a moment here. So, first off, the new card that we're going to be taking a look at first is the Performapal Odd Eyes Butler. It's a level 5 Dark Spellcaster Pendulum Effect monster, and the pendulum scale is 2. It's got 1,000 attack and 2,100 defense points, and it's a level 5. So it says, as its effect, once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can add one Odd Eyes Pendulum monster from your graveyard to your face-up action deck, and if you do, negate the attack, then you gain life points equal to Pendulum monster's attack. Okay. And then what the monster effect is, you can only use this card's name first monster effect once per turn. The first part of the effect is, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one Performapal or Odd Eyes monster card you control, except for Performapal Odd Eyes Butler. Special summon this card, then destroy that card. The second part is, if this card is destroyed in the monster zone, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. Okay. Next up, we have another card for Performapal. It's called the Performapal Odd Eyes Valet. So it is a level 1 light spellcaster pendulum effect monster. The attack is 100 and the defense is 200, and the scale is going to be an 8. The pendulum effect is once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can activate this effect. That monster loses 300 attack for each pendulum monster in your face-up extra deck. Okay, interesting. And then what the monster effect is, you can only use this card's name first monster effect once per turn. The first part of the effect is, if this card is normal or special summon, you get to send one Performapal or Odd Eyes monster, except for Performapal Odd Eyes Valet, from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, this card's level becomes the same as that monster's level until the end of this turn. Second part is, if this card is destroyed in the monster zone, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. I would say that this effect is actually pretty decent. It's only when they declare the attack, though, it's not permanent. If this was like a permanent effect where they just constantly lose 300, this would actually be pretty nasty, as there's lots of different ways to cycle and get a lot of cards face up. But nonetheless, it's just only once per turn. And it has to be when they declare the attack. They'd probably just pop or get rid of your card in the first place. But next up, though, this is the new Kuriboh card. I'm actually mostly interested in this because I don't know if it was Kuriboh support. All I saw was the artwork. So this is Performapal Borrow Kuriboh over here. So it's got 300 attack, 3,000 defense. It's a level 1. Okay, it's a, oh, I'm sorry, scale of 1. It is a level 8 Dark Fiend Pendulum Effect monster. The pendulum effect is, once per turn at the start of the battle phase, you can add one monster with 300 attack and 200 defense from your deck to your hand, then destroy this card. Okay, at the start of, and it's the battle phase, so that could be technically both, right? Okay. And then the monster effect is, when a monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your hand. The second part is, your opponent cannot attack other monsters you control. The third part is, if this card attack, change it to attack position at the end of the damage step. Okay, interesting effect. I guess it kind of blocks like one attack. It means 3,000 defense, so that's actually pretty decent. I'm also interested in this other effect that, like, you get to destroy this card as a pendulum effect. There may be some other great targets. If you guys want to comment down below, what are the other great targets that this could add? Because it doesn't have to be Kuriboh. Obviously, that's what it wants you to mostly search for, but I think that it could be an interesting effect. And it doesn't even like make it so you can't enter the battle phase. There's probably going to be, you know what, let's just check it out right now, because I'm just like so curious, because it has to be related. It has to be, it doesn't have under. Okay, 300 attack, 200 defense. 300 attack. Okay, so let's go monster, 300 attack, 200 defense. What are the targets? There's 42 targets. Let's just go to monsters that are effects. I mean, there could be some vanillas, but like just off the top of my head, like classic Yu-Gi-Oh card, Spirit Reaper over here. We have the Anki Kuriboh. I'm guessing all the Kuriboh cards. We have the Magic Kuriboh. I guess all the Kuribohs are targets for this. There's also Kuriboh, Worm Apocalypse, Abyss Actor. Is there any other like OP targets for this? It is literally all Kuriboh. There's White Mare. I mean, would you play this in like the Skull Servants? I mean, it's just whenever you get into the battle phase, it's just like a free searcher, right? maybe a potential. There's also Chestnut Magician. There might be good searchability with this. Again, like I said, there could be vanillas with it. If there's any other good targets that I didn't mention, let me know. Now, on to the other news. This is Rush Duel Dawn of the Battle Royale release trailer. So they basically just hyped it up. It's just a trailer here. But the most important thing is actually the release date, which is December 7th. We actually didn't have an official release date. Now, I had played the earlier version in the Japanese, which was called YuGioh Rush Duel Saikyo Battle Royale. It's on the Nintendo Switch. It's not like a regular Yu-Gi-Oh game. If you guys do want to see the gameplay of it, I will pin it down below. It's not necessarily like Duel Links. So how it works is like you just draw all your, you just draw a bunch of cards. You draw like 5 or 6 cards at the start of every single turn, and then you can just infinitely normal summon is how the game works. You infinitely tribute summon. It's kind of weird. It's different. It almost reminds me of a more classic Yu-Gi-Oh where like you just don't have monster effects. It's definitely different. I definitely recommend you guys at least to check out part 1 to see if you guys are interested in it. And I'm also curious to know, do you guys want me to play the game at all? Like obviously I wanted to play the game really bad, so I had the Japanese version of it. I don't know, it was like a beta or something, that alpha. It's up on the channel. We have like a couple hours of it. Yeah, I kept it in like 30-minute segments. Are you guys even interested in this game if you guys already saw it on the channel, or is it kind of just meh? Because like I said, it's not regular Yu-Gi-Oh, so I understand some people are like don't care about like speed duels or the other variants of Yu-Gi-Oh. I guess they're changing some of the names of certain things, but it doesn't really matter. All we know is that on December 7th is when it's releasing. I may play it. I'll think about it. I'll see what other games are coming out, because I know Halo is also coming out very soon around that time. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here and do want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards and news in the future, hit subscribe, turn the bell, and you'll definitely see more very soon. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next vid. I'm out. Peace.